Alright, and what is going on, everybody? Quancredible here to bring you another video. So this one, I never even noticed, but I never made a video about Asta's third sword, the Demon Destroyer sword. It was previously known as the Demon Annihilator sword, which I kind of like that name a lot more, but it's now the Demon Destroyer sword, so not much I can do about that. But yeah, I haven't talked about it yet. Oh, real quick, before I forget, there will be absolutely no spoilers in this video, so if you are an anime only, you have nothing to fear here. So in my opinion, like this is his most like broken sword. Uh, like I think like this one, like of course all of his swords, like all of the anti-magic swords, they all kind of have the same baseline effect, and this one is no different. You know, he is able to cut through magic and smack magic back with the flat side, but this one has the added ability of being able to sever the cause and effect relationship between like magic spells. So what that means is, say like there is magic and it has an effect on something, it is able to dispel that effect. So it doesn't necessarily just cancel out magic in the area. That isn't really what it does. Like say I'm like powering up with tons of magic, the sword isn't just going to make it to where I'm not powering up anymore. It doesn't necessarily do that. But like in a very common instance, as it's shown in Black Clover, say someone is poisoned by a magic spell, and like the person did their spell, it's over, they're gone. He is able to dispel said poison out of someone's body. Or say someone has an ice spell and they freeze someone, they're gone. You know, they don't even like they're not still actively freezing them. He's able to dispel it. So basically, I get how they explained it, but it was kind of like, I don't know. When I first read it, it was really confusing to me. Or when I first like heard it, I was confused. But like the most easiest way to think of it is it basically like will stop whatever. Like it'll basically cancel out whatever an effect that magic has had on something, which is why that sword was able to dispel the elves reincarnations, because the reincarnation spell was over and it was able to like stop that. So basically from there are a couple other things to note. It looks like for this sword, in both instances where he had to like directly touch people with the sword to actually like activate it, and then we've also seen it where he's able just to do it in an area. Now as for like where the limits are for that, we haven't just seen enough instances of it used to really say. But just from the information we have, I'm willing to say that it looks like the more powerful the spell is trying to stop, he'll probably actually have to physically touch them. Like there was no elf reincarnation he was able to undo without physically touching them with the sword, unless you count the very end part where it was like the combination between him, Lich, and William, which I mean he had those two boosting him to make him connected to everybody. So that, I mean that's like a whole nother instance. But like any other time he actually physically like touched them with the elves with the sword. Now I will say that when Daminato like made all the like Black Bulls' spells weaker, like when he did that, he was able to just negate that entirely without like any issues, without having to touch anybody or anything. So I'm not really for sure exactly like what the rules are on like those kind of things. So hopefully in the near future we'll get to see more on that. And with that, we can also assume that the range probably isn't anything super crazy, just because he hasn't really demonstrated being able to cancel anything from like really far. But at the same time, there hasn't really been an instance where he's needed to. So now as for the potential of this sword, like where it can like go from here or how it can get stronger, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, to me this is his most broken sword, because like I feel like it could eventually get to the point where it could start negating like really powerful spells from a distance, or it could start like really starting to like stop people's spells from even like getting to people or anything like that. Like just be able to flat out erase spells in the area, I guess is more or less what I'm getting into. Like being able to erase spells in the area is what I think this sword might eventually be able to do, depending on how strong Asta gets, of course, or depending on the direction that Tabata wants to take this sword's power exactly. So I remember like when Asta was fighting the Word Devil, and he like was powering up because his devil was like, I guess like feeding off of the energy of the Word Devil, like they were like resonating with each other. That's what I was looking for. And like he was like starting to passively erase magic in the area. Now this sword, I really think this one might be able to do that in the future, depending on how much stronger he gets. Like, because it already has an effect that is somewhat like that, but it might even be like even more powerful in the future, which would be hype to see. But yeah, other than that, it doesn't look like it does anything else super crazy or anything. So like on a totally unrelated note, it is like my least favorite design. And not saying it looks bad. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that like I like the way that the Demon Dweller looks because it's all like, I don't know, it's just cool. And then the Demon Slayer sword is huge. Yeah, I'm a fan of just overly sized swords for no reason. So like the Demon Destroyer sword is just like, it's in third place for me in terms of looks. Let me know what you guys think about the Demon Destroyer sword down below. Let me know if it's your favorite looking sword or if it's your favorite sword that Asta has, or if you like one of the other ones more. Also, let me know what you guys think it may or may not be able to do in the future. I'm always down to hear you guys' opinions and stuff like that because that's always really cool. Outside of that, like and sub if you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys next time.